Hello ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for clicking on play to watch this little video. Do apologise for the crudity of the video here, the quality of it. There might be a bit of hiss, etc. Unfortunately, this is a bit of a emergency video, something that I have to do quite urgently. This is regarding discrimination and unlawful conduct towards myself through mental health services. I've been experiencing some problems for some time, and I've been trying to get involved with therapy, etc., etc., in order to overcome the issues that I'm currently facing. Before I go into how this actually started, I'm going to bring you up to sort of the most recent events. It is regarding James Waldridge, who is the Managing Director of Recovery Devon, a very petty, disgusting man who is doing everything that he possibly can to try and cover up this story of discrimination, of willful negligence, etc., etc. For the past couple of days, I've started my own Facebook page, the link of which I will stick in the description of the video. Along with links to the websites of these people that I'm talking about. Anyway, because of this, because I've been exposing the story, I receive a text message on my phone from James Waldridge telling me that he's going to the police because, according to him, I'm sending abusive messages. This is factually inaccurate and is totally ludicrous. All the screenshots of everything that I post are actually on the Facebook page. Again, you can check the link and have a look. This is yet clear discrimination against me. The reason he's doing this is in retaliation to me actually standing up for myself. This is what he clearly doesn't like, and neither do the Devon Recovery Learning Community, or Mind, or Rise Recovery, etc., etc. So, what actually started all this then, you ask? Well, last year I was involved with the Devon Recovery Learning Community, and I was on a kayaking course. There was a woman on this course by the name of Jo who was clearly showing advances towards me, and she, at the time, I thought, yeah, she, quite nice, and we met up and had lunch once, and met up a couple of times, chatted on the phone for hours, sent messages back and forth, etc., etc. And then one day she suddenly went quiet, so I sent her a message and she responds, and I said, "But I'm not psychic, and I haven't got time to play your games." Alarm bells were ringing with this woman anyway, because she was saying stuff in messages in Facebook like I like to screw with people's heads, stuff like that. Anyway, I received a phone call the day before the last day of the kayaking course from Caroline Nicholson, who is a manager and peer trainer for Devon Recovery Learning Community. Now, according to the Patient and Liaison Service response, this woman Jo approached Darren Shuttleworth, who took her complaint, approached Caroline Nicholson, who then spoke with Richard Drayton, her manager, and they made the decision to bar me from the course and any other courses that I was enrolled on. Now, when Caroline Nicholson phoned me, I asked her, "Well, what evidence do you have?" "You're barred," she replied. I said, "Well, are you going to offer me a meeting for me to prove myself?" "You're barred." I posed questions of that nature to her, and it was just a case of, "You're barred, you are barred, you are barred." She sent me an email saying that you're barred, and then had the cheek to say, "In a few months we will actually review this and see if you're safe to come back on our course." I was absolutely fuming. I immediately call the Patient and Liaison Service, and initially I was engaged with a gentleman called Mr. Page Paul. Eventually I had him replaced for his unprofessional conduct, however that's a separate incident, but in his defence, when he came to my flat to speak to me about this and get my statement, his words were, "This is serious, I think we're going to have to get the trust solicitors involved in this." Anyway, events that transpired at the moment really aren't relevant, that will be put in another video. He was replaced by a gentleman called Mr. Lamb, who quite swiftly actually did get in contact with me, so I was quite impressed with that. However, he failed to address the fact that I wanted a public apology for this, and that is not mentioned in the final response. However, in Patient Liaison Services defence, they found the Devon Recovery Learning community to be liable, that they acted negligently, so the result was in my favour. Because, and this is the sickening part, I was barred for false accusations based on absolutely no evidence whatsoever. No evidence was asked for at the time, and nothing has ever been provided since. And this is now going on since October. October 17th is when I believe I first contacted the Patient Liaison Service. Now, what is even more sickening is I was on another course prior to the kayaking one with the Devon Recovery Learning community, and I raised a concern that I had about a male peer trainer on the course, and Caroline Nicholson immediately said that she would investigate and get back to me, which she did. However, the most recent incident in which I was barred were accusations from a female attendee. Clearly Caroline Nicholson and Richard Drayton and Darren Shuttleworth and James Waldridge have discriminated against me for my gender. This is a criminal offence. This is in violation of the Equality Act. Look it up. You'll find all the information that you need. Anyway, in the final response, which was signed by Melanie Walker, by the way, and incidentally on Twitter she's actually blocked me because I've asked her to publicly debate this. Now, the NHS have what's called a duty of candour, where basically serious incidents of this nature, if they fulfil one of the three criteria, they must make this public, they must remain transparent. In my sense, I fall under the category of prolonged psychological harm, which is regarding a person who is expected to experience prolonged psychological harm for a period of 28 days or longer. Look on the NHS website, you'll find it yourself. Now, they haven't done that, and Melanie Walker is blocking me on Twitter. This is disgusting. I mean, she's the chief executive of the Devon Partnership NHS Trust. So clearly, these people are just trying to cover this up, which is disgusting. I mean, it's bad enough living in a society with mental health, with the stigma and the myths, etc., surrounding mental health. But then to be treated like this by these disgusting people, and then for them to publicly deny anything or to try and cover this up and then threaten me with police for so-called abusive messaging and harassment is absolutely disgusting. I will not back down. It's about time bullshit like this changes. People think that they can suppress us, etc., etc. This isn't going to happen. You know, a lot of other whistleblowers in the NHS, staff I'm referring to, have been persecuted by the NHS. And I expect that I'm going to get a lot more stick for speaking out about this incident, and I'm sure that there's a hell of a lot more people that won't speak up for fear of being ostracised, being ridiculed and being persecuted just because they have a mental health problem. It's absolutely disgusting. So I urge anybody who is watching this to share it, to visit the page, etc., etc. Just do whatever you can. I have sent letters of claim to Richard Drayton, to Caroline Nicholson. and to Joe Verheyen and to Darren Shuttleworth, outlining my intention to sue them. And I have also been in contact with various people. I had a message from a Lord. I contacted the House of Lords, and I've had an email since then who's been giving me some advice. I've been in contact with a TV network, various quality standards agencies, various mental health agencies. I'm still awaiting for a reply from some because it's the weekend, so I'm imagining they won't get them until tomorrow. But I fear what these people will actually do. This is just the start of James Waldridge threatening me with the police and claiming abusive messaging. I am in contact with Facebook as well, just to verify messages, etc, etc. I wouldn't put it past these people to do whatever they possibly can to try and discredit me and to try and make me shut up about what happened, even to the point of fabricating incidents, etc, etc. I'm not going to back down, Mr. Waldridge, and I'm not going to back down to all you staff at the Devon Recovery Learning Community. You seriously screwed up, and I expect a public apology. And yes, I am going for compensation, but it's not just about the compensation, it's about making this story available to the public, and so that other people who have been suppressed and have been treated unfairly by the mental health services have an opportunity to speak out about their problems that they've had with the services that they've been using. Because so far it seems that the only way of being able to speak out is via the NHS and all these other websites who will moderate their comments, and they will only post the ones that they see fit to portray this false image of care and community in mental health. As I say, a longer video is being currently planned. There will be screenshots of certain websites like Recovery Devon, Devon Recovery Learning Community, etc, etc. And I will be pointing out all their flaws and false claims. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and if you can share it, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you do have a story to tell, then please do share it. I'm not going to suppress you, but I'm sure the NHS and other people will. This isn't about being vindictive towards them. This is about transparency, honesty and openness. How on earth can we progress forward and improve services if they keep trying to keep quiet incidents like this, where people have been discriminated against and have been treated unlawfully and had unlawful conduct extended towards them? You know, it's not going to happen. There needs to be a change, okay? So please, people, speak up. And thanks again for watching, and I wish you all a pleasant week. Thank you.